Angle in the corner, it has been fast, it's been furious. And here are the statistics from it. Overwhelming possession to the London Broncos in the first half, and they are ahead on the penalty count too by 7-4. Look at the tackling that these two sides are getting through. 136 already by Leeds. I wonder whether that will take a toll on the fitness during the second half. 11 offloads from them as well. They have tried to force the pace whenever they can, but they've made 9 handling errors to 7. And when the ball has been in their hands, well, they've both completed 11 sets of 6. Not too much to choose, in fairness, in the total metres gained. Leeds going forward slightly more than London in their sets of 6. So we're all set for a real rip-roaring second half here at the Stoop. London ahead by 8 points to 2. John Connolly blows the whistle. Mattison kicks the football. And here we go again. More of the same pleas from these two sides. Here's Morley. And I wonder what the two coaches will have said during the half-time interval. We will no doubt have heard from Graham Murray, I think, Steve-O, if we've been flies on the wall there, that Leeds really do have to get their discipline back, particularly in the tackling.
Got to utilise the sets of 6, and they've got to also do a little bit more running from the dummy half situation. We saw there on the stats that they'd only done 4 in the first 40 minutes. That's not half enough. They really have got to make sure that the London Broncos first and second markers work, because that's when the team starts getting tired late in the match. And we mentioned at half-time, of course, that Leeds surely want to get this ball out wider and not play a strong game down the middle.
Kick over the top from Iestyn Harris. Nick Marden moving over, but leaving it to Martin Offiah. Well, Martin Offiah, a winger here at London. I wonder if his place is under threat from the new boy. Rob Smythe has joined Offiah on the trek down from Wigan. Here he is with Bill.
Yes, Eddie, Rob Smythe, London Broncos new signing, introduced to the crowd during half-time. Rob, it's a big move for you, this, isn't it?
Yeah, very much indeed, and hopefully it's just a start I need to kick-start my career, and hopefully with a great club like London, I'll certainly do that.
Because your career's really been on hold, hasn't it? You could do with a lift now.
Yes, I've been out for 20 months, and this is just really the start I need, so like I said, to kick-start my career and start playing some good rugby with a great set of lads.
Well, you've seen the first half against Leeds. What do you reckon to the performance so far?
The lads are getting stuck in, being very physical with Leeds, maybe pushing them out to the pattern of play, but they're dropping a little bit too much ball probably for the coach's liking, but hopefully they come out with the results in the end.
Good to see him back on the Super League scene, Rob Smythe. He sat out the whole of last season at Wigan, had knee problems, but will be desperate to resurrect his career here in the capital, and he's not joining a bad club either. Plenty of experience around him. Men like Mark Carroll playing the ball there to Glenn Eyre. Eyre then hands it on to Mattison. Mattison got it away.
Blackmore picked it up though.
He did.
Trying to find Gill. Blackmore read it better than Gill.
Now this is Godden, and he gives it to Cummins, who came back on the inside, but straight into the trap that was waiting him.
There you see, Blackmore read it well, didn't he? Forcing the pass a little bit there. The skipper, Terry Maddison.
Matthew to Darren Fleary, and Fleary gets away from 2. He's looking for support. He's gone round Marden. Marden, though, did well and stuck to him, but that's a terrific run from the Leeds prop forward.
Well, I'm surprised that Marden, the full-back, went too high. Maddison went high and Fleary just brushed him away.
Glanville to Godden. Leeds keeping this ball alive at the moment. Good tackle though from Mattison on Morley. That's Glanville at dummy half. Mattison quickly through, but too quickly.
Moved off the mark before the ball had cleared away from the ruck.
And not standing square at the play the ball, says referee John Connolly. And the man not standing square was Mattison.
You can see Maddison had already taken a step to his left. There'll be plenty of pressure on now. Leeds certainly look as though they've just stepped up a gear. And this is a break from Fleary. They went far too high, and you can see that Marden just grabbed at him. It really was desperation when he should have gone low on the big fella.
Well, Fleary's run gave Leeds the opportunity. Then Mattison caught moving off the mark at the play the ball too quickly. Penalty to Leeds, and Iestyn Harris has elected to go for goal. This will reduce the deficit to just 4 points if he lands it. An important kick, this. Harris has taken aim. Second goal for Iestyn Harris. 4 points for Leeds, 8 for the Broncos, and Harris now just 1 away from 100 for Leeds.
Steady the ship down somewhat. Iestyn Harris, only a youngster, but the captain of this Leeds outfit.
Graham Murray in between the two faces there. One of them, the 18th man, Graham Holroyd. One or two people raised an eyebrow, Steve-O, that Holroyd not even on the bench, because his kicking game and the way he impacts into a match when he comes off the substitutes bench sometimes turns defeats into victory for Leeds.
Well, it certainly surprised me. I thought that Murray would at least have him out there on the bench so he could utilise, as you mentioned, the kicking game. But not only that, he's a very constructive player, and you can intermix Sheridan and Kemp in the halfback roles.
Here come the Broncos again, and Chris Ryan gets up eventually, plays the ball. Tollett tackled immediately by Matthew and by Kemp. Beasley the dummy half. Here's Matheson, out wide it comes, Retchless, flicked into the arms eventually of Martin, who had to apply the brakes to pick that up. Good play though from Martin. He finds Beasley, who drills a hole up the middle. There's danger here for Leeds. Beasley taking on Harris, and Harris tracked him all the way, but I rather fancy that Beasley went the wrong way on that attack. We shall see. They're not finished yet. A fire trying to bamboozle his way to the line through Blackmore, and I think he's got the ball down.
Well, did Madison actually take the ball and force it down for him? But what a tremendous run by Beasley. You're right, Eddie. He blew his chance because Martin Afire was on the inside, but he came at the second moment to take the football. But what a tremendous break from Beasley. He really did put on the gas, and you could see Harris was struggling. He got to him eventually, but then from this quick play the ball, Leeds was all at sea in their defence. Tollett took it on the blind side, back on the inside, and you'll see Madison come along now and force the ball down for him. Doesn't matter who does it, as long as it gets down. Good work from Tollett, and good position there by Martin Afire. Blackmore tried everything to try to prevent him, but watch Madison come through here and spin him around. Get it down. Oh, we dropped it. I think he may have dropped that. Well, the try has already been given. The official John Connolly did not go to the video screen, but I think on that slow motion replay, Lady Luck perhaps has evened out. The balance has gone back. Remember, the Broncos had a try disallowed, which I feel should have been a penalty try. They didn't get the 4 points on that occasion, but I think they may have sneaked it that time.
Well, if that picture told no lies, and they say they don't, London have pinched one here. He dropped it just at the last moment, and with a real schmozzle going on like that over the line, I just wonder why John Connolly didn't check it out with the video referee. Matheson misses with the conversion, but there you are, 12-4, London are ahead, and controversy here at the Stoop. This should never have been a try for London Broncos. Here's a break from Beasley. Tremendous speed there. You can see Harris, who's no slouch. He gets to him eventually, but watch out. Tolson Tullett, he had a little word there with Martin Afire, say come back on the inside. See how he just sucked the full back there. But this is interesting. I think he just dropped it. You won't see it at that speed, but you can see it at that speed. Well, what a let-off for the Broncos. Well, it's all square now. It is, and Martin Afire has got 445 career tries, but now Leeds have come up with a knock-on. They were claiming interference as Morley tried to regather his feet, but there was no interference there. Bad mistake. It's all going a little wrong for Leeds at the moment. Well, they're really going to have to dig deep now. So a little bit more caution to the wind, but the way the Broncos are playing and the way this guy is playing too, Tolson Tullett. Yeah, he's having a fine game, probably his best since he's returned to the Super League from the Harlequins. That's a lovely ball from Gill to Ryan. A good tackle there from Glanville. Afire at dummy half, and Afire looking for his 446th. Hauled back into the field of play. London will come again the other way with Tollett once more. Morley was all round him, but he still managed to get the pass away. Beasley, Tollett again. Here's Glen Eyre. That's good play from Godden.
Had to be as well. Spotted him out, and London are flowing this ball across the three-quarter line.
This is Gill, who dabs one into the corner, too strong. Just went the right side of the post.
Nice little attacking kick there. It's going to be put down for Butchford Nowner. As it turned out, went over the whitewash. To be quite happy to apply the pressure yet again. That's been part of their game plan. They really have got into the Leeds' faces. Forced Leeds into a lot of errors throughout this game.
Good tackling again by Tollett. Cummins was hauled down. This now is Glanville. Mark Glanville, the Australian, try against Salford 2 weeks ago. He'll know the Broncos pretty well from his time in Australia.
Well, the scoreline at London 12, Leeds 4. I suspect that Graham Murray, the coach, might have be ruined the fact that he doesn't have Holroyd available on the bench.
Matthew having a right old go there at John Connolly for not giving him the penalty when he was trying to get to his feet. Leeds doing well to keep the ball alive. Here's Morley again. Good tackling from Beasley and Carroll. Lawford to Kemp. Kemp thumps the ball over the top. Marden is turned round. Picks it up well. He gets away from Kemp but can't get away from the next man in. That's a flop by Fleary.
Stupid by Fleary. All that hard work. The tackle had already been completed by the loose forward, and then the prop forward comes in and does that. Well, they're not supposed to be blessed with many brains in the forwards, but he knows that that is a very bad mistake. All the pressure is off now.
Creeping up to his average match total of 25 tackles per game for Darren Fleary, but that one will have been scrubbed out.
Well, I must say that the London Broncos, since that very disappointing performance against Wigan in the semi-final of the Challenge Cup.
Penalty, offside against Leeds. Another swinging arm. Quick tap penalty by Matheson. He is reckless.
Just about to say that the London defence, they've worked hard since that semi-final, and it's showing. They look a lot fitter, they look a lot sharper.
This is Fatnauner. Fatnauner then to Carroll, and Carroll will drive it in again into Fleary. Fleary and Anthony Farrell standing their ground there. Eyre, Matheson, out wide it goes. Marden has joined the line. Good play, but the ball was forward.
Big centre Ryan just overstepped it, but at least they are trying to get the ball out wide. And there you see it was the last pass that was about a yard forward, half a yard either way. It was well spotted by the official.
So the two sides packed down, and I'm interested, Steve-O, in your comment about the forwards and their brain power. The question does spring immediately to mind. Where did you earn your corn as a rugby league star?
Oh, it's that long since, I don't know.
I thought you were a hooker in the forwards, but I'm not sure.
That's different now.
Oh, I see. They were intelligent in your days.
No, we're exempt. Hookers are exempt, you know that. Look how many halfbacks playing hookers these days.
I see, fair enough.
Oh, bad mistake. Big hit, though. Great tackle from Grant Young. No advantage, so that, it's on. The squabble's on. It's been brewing.
Yes, well, Farrell wasn't too happy with the challenge, which forced the ball from his hand.
Well, plenty of finger pointing there. And a little bit of a lash at Mark Carroll.
10-17.
Well, we spoke about getting in the face, and that's the reason. Whoops. And we just saw half a swing there. Plenty to say. Let's hope the referee has something too.
If you guys want to go for a wash, it's quite okay with me. Want to fight? You can go down the tunnel and fight. Want to play rugby? You can stay on the park. Okay. Yes, Tin? You do your job with him, okay? Knock on, strung down.
Well, you heard it from the referee, and the knock on against Anthony Farrell.
Carroll was the instigator. Had a little bit of a facial on Farrell. What a big hit though by the prop forward Grant Young. Not what you'd class as one of the star performers, but he gets through a lot of work, as does most of this Bronco pack. They've worked hard tonight as a team and a solid unit.
More pressure here than on this Leeds line. Gill with the darting run, tracked all the way by Glanville. And Glanville and Gill squaring up, and it's on out wide. They're all piling in. The referee is going to have to take some action here. Glanville and Gill through punches. And the referee has let this simmer, and now I'm afraid it's boiled over.
Stacks on the mill, that is for sure.
Yes, Dick, get him away.
And Glanville went after Gill.
Terry, drag you guys away.
And this is not what the doctor ordered as far as Leeds is concerned.
Both touch judges are on.
Back up. Back away.
Oh yes, Gill had a go at him first. Then Glanville said, well, I may as well have a little bit of a hit too. Well, a lot of these players taking things into their own hands, and it's not going to be easy for, see on the right screen there, they all came running in. A few little scuffles broke out. See how his boot's on Gill's hand, and that's the reason why he hit it. Glanville stood on Gill's hand. He may get away with it, and the officials missed it, but the camera, it won't miss it. Let's hope that the officials have actually seen that. So often the retaliator is the one that gets penalised, and I think that might be the case, but it looks as though that the touch judge did actually see that incident. He saw it off.
And Glanville's gone. Glanville walks.
This guy says he threw the first punch.
Well, that is wrong. If the touch judge says Glanville threw the first punch, he's wrong. Gill threw the first punch, there's no doubt about that.
That was when they were playing the ball. Did Glanville throw in a punch?
And the referee still got the red card out.
He's going as well. They're going to be both down to 12.
On your way.
And he's gone as well. Two men off, one from each side. Well, the referee had to take some action.
Right, the penalty's going this way.
Well, they both paid the price. You can see that he'll put his foot on the hand.
He has been telling the captains all the way through that if they don't take action over this...
And you could see that Glanville was looking at the hand. It wasn't as though he did it accidental. Glanville's eyes was looking at the hand. He meditated, and I'm afraid that those two players, they have paid the price of what's gone on before. I must say, Eddie, it had to be done.
Yes.
It was getting out of hand. John Connolly had to do something. We've criticised referees in the past for not taking strong control, and well done the official.
Yes.
They have paid the price of everything that's gone on before them. Now let's see if we can get some rugby league football.
Well, 12 men aside till the end. And Martin Masella has come on for Darren Fleary.
Get away, roll.
Referee John Connolly is struggling to keep, not control, but to keep this game flowing. Here's Glen Eyre. They've got men out wide. This is Ryan, and Ryan is bundling to touch. That's superb defence. I rather fancy it was Blackmore who came across with that tackle. Blackmore just bundled Ryan out.
Superb ball and all tackle there by the big Kiwi centre, Richie Blackmore.
The referee's gone for the screen.
Well, it happened so quickly. To be fair, there was a lot of players in front of the official. Ball goes out wide. Good pass from the little half-back here. And the two centres played well, Chris Ryan and Matt Toshak. But look at that, superb tackle.
Great stuff from Blackmore.
Outstanding there. He had a start on him, but he picked him out. Sheer weight and strength there from Blackmore. And that perhaps has given them the lifeline Leeds to get back into this match. But I'm sure if the Broncos would have got over for a try here, I think it would have been good night Vienna for the Rhino.
So the video ref has taken a look. I think this will be no try. No try it is. And such great defence from Blackmore. He forced Ryan into the corner flag. That's out. So it's a 20-metre place kick to Leeds. They will start again. Well, plenty of time left and only 8 points between these two sides. 12 men apiece. There's going to be spaces galore out there. But back to the two sendings off, Steve-O. I think the referee had to take action. He had to stamp his authority because it has been boiling for 50 minutes prior to that.
Little doubt about it. He'd already warned the two captains. And there was a couple of incidents after the restart in the second half. He allowed them to get away with that. But once they all started running in, the pot was boiling.
Leeds keeping the ball alive. This is Yestin Harris. And the fire flicks that forward with his boot. Misses the kick. Who has it? London have it, but now the referee will get the knock on. And which knock on will he play? Because I'm not so sure there wasn't a knock on back there.
Yeah, just at his fingertips of Martin Fire. Well, that's the reason why he probably didn't sign for Manchester United. He was a young kid. Good air swing, wasn't it? But just before then, there was an opportunity. And that's a problem that Leeds are going to have to face now, because they've got to play catch-up football. They've got to keep it alive. Now just watch this. Yeah, just got a fingertip to it. But where he's putting the scrum down is going to be interesting. He's not going to take it back to the incident where Martin Fire knocked on.
No, I think he's given head and feet here to London.
Well, to be fair to all the officials, it was very quick, wasn't it?
It was.
A loose ball, Martin Fire coming into it.
The referee wanted Dean Lawford to come off then into the blood bin, but he won't come off. He's been patched up on the field of play, so play on, and it is head and feet to London.
Well, composure is the key now for the Broncos. They've just got to play out the six, drive towards the sticks, and then go for the 1 point.
Marcella with the tackle. It was on Chris Ryan. This is Carroll. Oh, and Morley waited for him, lined him up, and put the shoulder to the wheel, and Mark Carroll felt that.
Was a big hit, one of many in this game, but what a tremendous tackle. Oh, he dropped that.
Aggression from Morley, and Mark Carroll comes off. He stood over Mark Carroll when he made that big hit. There's a drop goal attempt. He's got it. Terry Matheson with a vital 1 point for the Broncos.
Well, he didn't realise he was looking for someone to pass the football to in an almost impossible situation under immense pressure. He gets a good contact. Well, there's an old stager, Terry Matheson. He knows what it's all about.
And remember, in the last home game when we were here, he got 2 drop goals against Warrington that eventually broke Warrington's hearts and won the match. 13-4, London ahead, courtesy of the 1-pointer from Terry Matheson, their captain.
Great thinking there by the skipper. Well, deeper and deeper, Leeds get into the mire.
And the gap now 9 points. Here comes Cummins from the kick-off. We saw Mark Carroll going off. Matt Dunford has replaced him with the fresh legs, maybe.
Wise move by the London coach, Tony Kerry.
Leeds aren't out of this yet, though.
It was really a big hit there, wasn't it, by Adrian Morley?
Lawford trying to force the pace. Sheridan keeps it going. This is Blackmore. And Blackmore still going, Blackmore. He's got tremendous appetite for the game back, has Richie Blackmore.
Well, he's been one of the few stars out there in the Leeds outfit.
Now then, there's space out here for Leeds to exploit. This is Cummins. Tries to get round Fatnana, but that's great defence from the London winger. Godden is the dummy half. This is Harris now. Harris going up the middle. The gap was closed by Young and Dunford. Sheridan's the dummy half. This is the last tackle. Here's Kemp, and Kemp dabs it through. It bounces off Fatnana, and Fatnana does well again.
Neat little attacking kick there by the Kiwi Kemp, but Fatnana did exceptionally well. Put himself in between it, anticipated it. Well, it's up the jumper time. Make sure that the big kick is on its way. Safety first now for the Broncos. I'm sure that's what Tony Kerry, the Broncos coach, will be getting out to his players.
Interesting substitution by Graham Murray. He's brought on Marcus St. Hilaire, number 24. He will operate now as a fullback, and Yestin Harris has moved into the standoff position to try and crack this London defence. Vote now with your man of the match votes. 0891 33 33 13 is the telephone number. Don't forget, one of you tonight will be the proud owner of 2 tickets to the grand final under the lights of Old Trafford on October the 24th. Talking of numbers 24, that's St. Hilaire's first touch of the football. This is Sheridan. Now it's Cummins. Leeds trying to up the tempo, but this London defence is standing absolutely firm as a rock. Don't forget that grand final date at Old Trafford under those floodlights. The theatre of dreams, and what a night it promises to be. And I wonder who'll be there and competing for it. Penalty now for Leeds.
Pulling the man back.
Here's Harris.
Football. Quick thinking there from Harris.
He bounces off there, carries on the run.
Good move by Graham Murray. You could see he nearly went through the half break, and Kemp was being held back.
This is Morley.
Well, a try now, it really would lift Leeds' spirits, but they've got to try a little bit of the dummy running. They haven't worked as a unit. That's a silly penalty to give away.
Penalty to Leeds, and there's a London man flat out.
Someone collided. I think Beasley went over the top.
They all crashed down on the Broncos' head. He is Sparko. Beasley is all right. He was the one who was last in. And there's the player who's down and hurt.
Is it Glenn Eyre, the little halfback? I can't really see. No, it's Madison, the skipper.
Yeah.
Doesn't look well, doesn't the boy?
Smelling salts so well. The brain re-engages, but that's the reason why 3 15, 16 stone bodies dropped on his head.
I think also Beasley's knee made him make contact as well, which wouldn't have helped matters. But it's a tough cookie.
Now this is an interesting decision for Leeds. Do they take the 2 on offer and close the gap, or do they run it and go for the 6? Mattison leaves the field.
I'd be opting for the run, get the 6 first. Get on with it now. That's what they're going to do.
Sheridan to Kemp. Jamie Matthew. Mattison is still on. He came back then. This is Andy Hay. Andy Hay, who scored a couple of tries in last year's match at Headingley. Sheridan to Harris. The runner is St. Hilaire. Desperate moments now for this Broncos defence. Godden to Harris. Harris, long ball into the arms of Matthew. Good defence though again from London. Beasley led the way. Here goes Sheridan. He dabs it through. Is taken out by Mattison. Perfectly legal. Mattison doesn't have to get out of the way. He simply stood his... Well, I was going to say he simply stood his ground. Well, he was committed, I think.
He had committed himself. Committed himself in a big way as well.
Oh, fire!
Get away!
Good work there by the winger. And also there, Butch Van Nauna taking the pressure off the forwards. That's good scrambling through. They'll get to the halfway line. That's important when you try to get the big kick, but that's good defence again from Blackmore.
It is. Nowhere there for Matt Dunford to go. In fact, he was forced back then. 17 minutes to go. Remember, 2 men in the dressing rooms, sent off, 1 from each side. We have 12 men apiece. Mattison goes off, Higgins comes on, and the kick. Oh, and the fullback St. Hilaire slips as he chased Glenn Eyre's kick, collects it in the in goal, and he manages to get out of jail. That's terrific play from St. Hilaire.
Superb there by the makeshift fullback. It was a great kick, wasn't it? There really was there, Retchless leading the way. Superb effort.
Marcus St. Hilaire just on the field. Leeds now trundling their way forward. Marvin Masella.
It's at the point now that Leeds have to just keep this ball alive.
Here's
Try
Matthew.
Everything and anything.
Unloads into the arms of Godden. Godden looked over the shoulder, nobody there. Harris was a dummy half. Sheridan backing him up. But again, on his own, without too much support. Leeds just plodding a little. Kemp, over the top it goes. An invitation to Sterling. It bounces for Sterling. Fat Nauna got a hand to it. Rather, a fire got a hand to it over there.
Good thinking by Kim. It really was a neat little chip through. They've been devoid of ideas for most of this game. And Martin Fire put himself in a good position, did well there. Sterling was well and truly honing in on him.
So this will be Leeds head and feed, and yet more pressure coming in. Harris feeds and gets, gives it to Kemp. Now Godden. Harris on the run around. Harris sees that Cummins is in space out wide. Can Cummins get past the defence? Good defence though, scrambling effort. Dunford in there, and so too was Nick Marden.
But why did he go back on the inside? He had room out wide.
Kemp to Morley. Good tackle from Tollett. Heroic defence at the moment from London. This is Masella. Masella drives it in towards the posts. 3 tackles gone. Plenty of time for Leeds with Kemp and Harris. And Harris gets it to Godden, and Godden will score. Leeds are back in business, and Godden throws them a lifeline. The try is given, and the unbeaten joint leaders strike back against London Broncos.
That's all they were left with to keep that ball alive, and they certainly did it on this occasion. Kemp out to Harris, he throws the dummy, and then a beautiful offload. Oh, that's a fine try. They fully deserved that. Their approach play was outstanding, but this is sheer skill from Harris. To the half dummy, and just as he was going to ground, offloads there for the centre Godden. Good work by Kemp, but look how Harris just shakes the body. Offloads it through, leads in with a chance now.
Brad Godden's first for Leeds since joining from the Hunter Mariners. Graham Murray coming across here from that club and bringing Brad Godden with him. And the 28-year-old Godden has really thrown Leeds a lifeline, and if Harris can convert this, Leeds are in the hunt for 2 more points. Big kick. Just drags it the wrong side. So Harris misses, but 13 points to 8. The gap just 5.
Watch how he runs the arc, gets halfway through the tackle, and the support play. It really is superb play, this. For once, they had a dummy runner, Blackmore coming back on the inside to confuse the defence. What a final few minutes we have in prospect now.
Yes, 13 to go. It's 13-8, 5 points the difference. Converted try, that's all. And there are spaces opening up out there as well, with 12 men on either side, and obviously the fuel in the tank of some of these players must be running close now to empty. Fitness holds the key.
Wouldn't surprise me, it was a torrid first half, and they've continued on in the same vein. Now the big question for the Broncos, do they hang on to what they've got? I think that could be a mistake if they just stick it up the jumper. They've got to try to be adventurous and make sure they're in a good position. That's not the best kick.
Poor kick, doesn't find touch. Cummins wheels it in. This will be the 0 tackle as Matt Toshak makes that tackle. Here goes St Hilaire, and suddenly Leeds, you get the feeling, have the sniff of victory here. Sheridan, dummy half, into the arms of Masella.
Well, it was no coincidence that they've really lifted a gear with the fact that they moved Justin Harris from the full-back position.
Blackmore's through a gap. It's opened up for Blackmore. Good step on the inside. Blackmore's going to score. Blackmore goes over the line and scores. That was sheer strength from Blackmore, who's been big on defence tonight. But my word, on that moment, he was big on attack, and he bounced through the tacklers. And Leeds have struck back and have a kick now from Harris to take the lead for the first time.
He's fully deserved that try. He's worked hard. But it was again the combination. Kemp set him through. But this messing around at the end could prove costly. Why didn't he turn around quicker and get as close to the post as he could? He's taken all the plaudits, he's taken all the glory, but he really should have been plunking this ball right down near the sticks to make the kick easier. They need 6, not just 4. That could prove to be a costly mistake. Those split seconds could have got him nearer to those posts.
Well, back after helping New Zealand beat the Australians in the Anzac Day test, 2 years at Auckland. He returned last year, but Richie Blackmore in Super League 3 is back to his best. Terrific try. The angle for Iestyn Harris, not as difficult as the one he just missed with. That's what he's taking aim at. And this kick to give Leeds the lead by a point for the first time. If the last one was big, this is massive. Harris's kick finds the mark, and Leeds go into the lead by 14 points to 13.
This is a sign of a very tired defence. You can see they're far too tight. They're failing to fill in. They're failing to go away there. And you can see that 2 men finished up going for 1. But an amazing strength there. Well, Harris finally got the conversion, much to the relief, I'm sure, of Blackmore. But what a turnaround.
Well, 2 vital points for Leeds that gives them the advantage. But 100 goals now for Iestyn Harris for this Headingley club. And they've shown some character here tonight, and your votes are still wanted on 0891 33 33 13. We're in for a great finish, and the fire's been forced into touch.
Good work there by Sterling. Offered him the outside, and you can see there it was the left boot that just scraped the whitewash. They're running hot, the Leeds Rhinos. And it was no coincidence, as I mentioned, the fact that Graham Merry, the Leeds coach, he shifted the fullback Iestyn Harris into the action, and he has created havoc in this Broncos defence.
He has Godden, and Godden is going to take them on, and Godden just gets hauled down short of the line. Why didn't he pass out wide to Cummins, who would surely have been in? Cummins now at dummy half. This is Harris, jinks away from 1 tackle, can't get away from the second man in. This now is Ryan Sheridan. He examines them up the middle. Hay comes into dummy half. Leeds running really hot here now. Sterling. Grant Young takes a breather. Terry Mattison returns, the captain, to shore up this defence. Masella drives it into within 3 metres of the line. Sheridan. Matthew.
Good defence there. They closed him down quickly, but they're struggling out wide.
Sheridan again. Here's Kemp. Kemp finds Cummins on the bounce. Cummins dabs it forward and just couldn't get to it, and Martin took the gamble and allowed the ball to run dead.
Nice effort though by Cummins, and Martin took a big gamble there, didn't he? Well, pressure showing on the face of Tony Kerry, the London coach. He cannot believe it. They've completely outplayed Leeds for most of this match, and he sees his team 1 point adrift.
Well, 8-2, it then went to 13-4, now it's Leeds ahead 14-13, and just 7.5 minutes or thereabouts to go. It's not over yet, this, not by a long chalk.
What a great effort to both these sides. They've really worked overtime.
Terrific tackle from Cummins on Martin.
It's been an intriguing match, hasn't it? Some wonderful battles out there.
Tollett does well, it's not over yet, this.
Well, will we see a special from Martin Afire? He's still got the pace.
Beasley at dummy half. Mattison. He gets the Broncos to halfway and gets the penalty.
Beasley wants to get on with it.
And does.
Quick thinking. Good refereeing there by Connolly.
Penalty against Leeds now for offside.
He told him to leave the man. Beasley ran away. Godden was offside, so was Morley. Morley had enough common sense to make sure that he didn't go for him. Godden didn't.
Well, I can't blame Terry Mattison one bit for having a shot at goal here. That's what he's elected to do. This could turn things around again.
Mattison was desperate just a few moments ago to come back into the fray. And a little bit of common sense calming things down there. Well, it was a couple of years ago at Wigan, remember, when he kicked that magnificent goal from the touchline that created a wonderful draw there at Central Park. He knows that if he kicks this one, though, it could earn them the winning bonus. What tension on this guy.
Well, Terry Mattison is the man for the job. Over 250 points for London, more than 1,000 career tries. He has lit the scene up in this country and in Australia. He is just about bang in front of the posts, but 39 metres away. Now, Mattison normally has the range. The eyes have it. The coach is watching with the rest of us as Mattison comes up for this important kick. Another massive kick here. He's missed it, and what's more, he's not got the ball dead. Leeds are able to run it out with St Hilaire. It could only have been inches away.
Well, you could have cut the air with a knife. That's got to be a penalty. There was two men who always played on.
Yes, and
he's given them the advantage.
Back to zero. That was the zero tackle. Graham Murray, the Leeds coach, he's never known tension like this since he arrived in this country. Flying tackle there from Higgins. Darryl Powell picks himself up and says, where did that come from?
There's been some bone crunchers out there in this match. Well, who would have thought it? It looked as though the Broncos were coasting away to an easy victory, but they have dug deep, this Leeds outfit. You've got to give them praise for that, Eddie. They looked gone, didn't they?
They did. They've shown immense character. It's not over yet, though. Powell, Beasley round the ankles, Tollett coming in upstairs. That's the last tackle. Harris will surely kick, though he's under pressure. That's a good kick. Over the top of Fatnauner. It bounces. It's difficult for them to pick up. Martin and Fatnauner. Fatnauner eventually take control of the situation.
Good kick, good chase. Ball bouncing all over the place. Nobody's leaving the stadium.
And I'm sure nobody's changing channels at home. This is compelling stuff now. 3.5 minutes. Correction, 4.5 minutes to go.
Well, 10 minutes ago it was Leeds who were having to just throw everything at them. Now it's the Broncos. They've got to keep this ball alive. Leeds, for once, their defence is moving up quickly. They're desperate for these 2 points, both these clubs, for different reasons.
Mattison gets the ball away, and Ryan fly hacks the ball forward, but St Hilaire was the last line of defence, and back come Leeds at the Broncos. St Hilaire, he goes from one. Toshak got to him with Tollett. This is Sheridan. Now it's Godden, who's wreaked havoc down this left-hand side second half. Sheridan, the dummy half. The big man, Matthew, will take it up. Safety first now for Leeds for the time being. Sheridan to Harris. Harris then to Blackmore. Blackmore escapes the clutches. That's a little flick by a fire.
That'll be back to 6 and they'll play the scrum. Lovely the handover. It was early in the tackle. Blackmore got away for once. Away from his opponent, Chris Ryan. Well, if only a split second extra perhaps. Martin Fire could have been racing away for a sensational try.
Worth having a chance, wasn't it? With the clock ticking down. Just 3 minutes to go. He went for the interception.
Okay, get away.
Harris is hauled down by the shirt collar. Here's Sheridan. Out wide it goes from Powell to Cummins. Cummins attacking. Good defence again. Leeds are prepared to give this ball a bit of air, aren't they? And try and get more on the board. Here's Morley. Morley saw Salter coming towards him.
It's taken them a while to realise it, but now they're running rampant.
This is Powell. Powell then to Godden. And Godden is hauled down again by Toshak. What a night Toshak's had. He will not deserve to be on the losing side. If on the losing side he is.
Surely the 1 point will come here.
Sheridan to Harris. Harris shaped for it. Still going Harris. Dabs the ball into the corner. A Fire picks up. And what a time for a Fire to score a length of the field special. But not this time. Great defence from Leeds. Look at that. Matthew in to Blackmore and to Sterling. Leeds will get the ball back here.
Took the wrong option there. Martin Fire, who really should have made sure that he got into the field of play. Now they've got to kick out towards the Leeds side.
He's gone for a short one. It's not come off. Blackmore has it for Leeds, and Blackmore gets away from one and gets Leeds back to within 5 metres again. Sheridan, the dummy half.
What a tremendous match Blackmore has had. He really has come on, especially in this second half. They're looking very tired of the Broncos.
This is Harris. Harris to Godden. Godden's got a man out wide. It's Cummins.
Forward.
And Cummins is... Well, he's put the ball down, but Steve-O called it and John Connolly agreed. Forward pass.
And a big game, Godden, but not the best pass. But either way, the seconds are ticking away, and that's important.
This is London's last chance.
Now then, will Leeds make sure that they go back? They're going without a full-back. Here's the kick and the chase.
Big kick into open spaces. Cummins is after it. Paul Sterling was the first man to it. Don't forget those votes. You can still ring in on 0891 33 33 13. Clock is ticking down towards a famous Leeds victory. Their first here in the capital in Super League. Their first against London since 1983.
Well, what an
Half
impact.
a minute to go.
What an impact Jamie Matthews had, and also Marcus Senelea. He went to full back, and maybe that's a little bit of a prod in the digs, in the ribs, sorry, for the coach Graham Murray.
Easy for you to say, Steve-O.
Well, Murray's got digs, I'm sure. Nice house somewhere in and around the Leeds area, but
I bet he's got top digs. That was a little dab through by Harris just to eat the clock up. Leeds have won this, and no wonder Graham Murray's smiling. There's the siren, and Leeds have picked up a famous victory. They've dug deep on their character. Both sides had a man sent off. London were ahead by 13 points to 4. Godden and Blackmore came up with 2 priceless tries in 3 minutes. Harris added an extra goal, and Leeds came up with a victory by 14 points to 13. A black day for Terry Mattison, but a wonderful day for Leeds. Their coach, Graham Murray, is here now with Bill.
Graham, how are the nerves after that?
You know, they're a bit shattered, but to come out, you know, on the scoreline, which is terrific for us. But gee, I'm impressed with that win. They've done a lot of things to us that we weren't happy about, but you know, that's the way the game goes. But we dug out and come out with the points.
Test of character more than anything, wasn't it?
I think so. You know, we were nearly, you know, down and out, and blokes just stood up like Richie Blackmore and you know, Kempy, Morley, Harris. I mean, I think we've got a pretty good side here.
Was the key switching Yestin?
Oh, well, we needed to do something desperate, and, you know, Damien McGrath said to me, why don't we get Yestin pushing forward and bring on Marcus? Marcus is very good from the back too, but Yestin, he's the key to us.
This is a big win for Leeds, isn't it?
It certainly is. It's never been done before, Leeds down here, so we talked about that, but it was a terrific win.
Thanks, Graham.
Hi, Bill. Time.
Absolutely a terrific win for Leeds, who maintain the pressure on Wigan at the top of the table. 5 from 5, their best start now since 1982 for the Leeds Rhinos. Well, if you've still got the breath, still to come tonight. Here at 10, it's the Sports Centre with a roundup of all the day's news, followed at 11 by this week's edition of Hold the Back Page. Over on Sky Sports 2 at 10, it's American football in End Zone, and on Sky Sports 3, it's wrestling action in WWF Raw. After the break, we look back on a magnificent match here at the Stoop.
London